Dark psychology refers to the study of human behavior that involves manipulation, deception, and coercion. It involves using subtle or overt tactics to gain control over other people's thoughts, feelings, and actions. These tactics are often used by individuals with malicious intent, but they can also be used by everyday people who want to get what they want. Here are 10 dark psychology tricks to watch out for. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Bait and switch. A common sales strategy is the bait and switch, which involves promoting one product or offer before switching to another, typically a less appealing one after the customer shows interest. The aim is to lure the consumer in with an alluring offer before changing it up with another that is less alluring but more lucrative for the seller. A car dealer might, for instance, offer a car at a ridiculously low price before switching the consumer to a more expensive model once they enter the showroom. Number 9. Misdirection. Magicians and illusionists employ the technique of misdirection to divert the audience's focus from what is happening. Diverting focus away from the actual activity or item entails employing a range of strategies, including verbal hints, hand gestures, and props. Using misdirection, a magician, for instance, could make a coin appear to disappear from one hand while secretly keeping it in the other. Number 8. Negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is a psychological technique that involves removing an unpleasant or aversive stimulus to increase the likelihood of a behavior being repeated. Unlike positive reinforcement, which involves adding a reward or pleasant stimulus to encourage behavior, negative reinforcement works by removing something negative to encourage the behavior. For example, if a child complains about doing homework and the parent allows them to skip their chores as a result, the child is more likely to complain about homework in the future to avoid doing chores. Number 7. Mirroring. Skilled communicators and social influencers use the mirroring approach to connect with others and establish rapport. It entails reflecting or replicating the tone, body language, and speech patterns of the person you are speaking to. For instance, a great communicator may mimic the tone and speed of someone who speaks slowly and gently to establish comfort and familiarity. Mirroring should, however, be handled carefully and cautiously. It is vital to highlight. Number 6. Scarcity. The concept of scarcity is founded on the notion that when something is perceived to be scarce or difficult to come by, people appreciate it more. This explains why time-sensitive promotions, exclusive goods, and while supplies last discounts are so successful in boosting sales and fostering a sense of urgency. Both positive and negative behavior changes can be induced by scarcity. On the one hand, it can foster a sense of urgency regarding significant concerns like social justice or climate change. On the other side, it can be utilized to fabricate a false sense of scarcity or trick consumers into purchasing items they don't require. Number 5. Door-in-the-face technique. The door-in-the-face technique is a persuasion strategy that involves making a big, unreasonable request that is probably going to get rejected, then following it up with a smaller, more reasonable request. The theory is that after rejecting the initial request, the person will feel compelled or guilty to accept the smaller request to make up for it. For instance, a salesperson may urge a consumer to purchase a pricey item while anticipating their refusal. They will then follow up with a smaller and less expensive product, which the customer is more likely to purchase because they feel bad about turning down the previous request. Number 4. Foot in the door technique. Getting someone to agree to a little request opens the door for a larger request later on. This is known as the foot in the door strategy. It operates on the idea that if someone agrees to take a little action, they are more likely to take a greater action to uphold their initial commitment. As an illustration, a charity might request a little gift up front and then a much greater one later. Salespeople, marketers, and even political campaigns employ the foot-in-the-door strategy to persuade people to act. Number 3. Social proof. Humans are social creatures, and we often look to others for guidance on how to act, what to think, and how to feel. Social proof is the phenomenon where people conform to the actions of others because they believe that those actions reflect correct behavior. It's the reason why we follow the crowd, why we read reviews before making purchases, and why we're more likely to try something if we see other people doing it. Number 2. Persuasion. Persuasion is an art that has been studied and refined for centuries. It's the act of convincing someone to adopt a particular belief, attitude, or behavior through reasoning, emotional appeals, and social influence. Persuasion is everywhere, from the advertisements we see on TV to the political campaigns that we follow. It's important to understand its techniques so that you can protect yourself from being manipulated. Number 1. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious forms of psychological manipulation that can leave its victims feeling confused, frustrated, and doubting their sanity. It's a form of mental and emotional abuse that involves distorting someone's sense of reality and making them question their thoughts and feelings. Gaslighters use tactics like denying the victim's experiences, minimizing their feelings, or even blaming them for things that they have no control over. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.